everyone, this is Dora from flippinghousesandpancakes.com. I thought today I would have you join me in the kitchen as I prepare a big family barbecue that I wasn't expecting. Last night I discovered I was preparing I guess discovered is a strange term. Last night I volunteered to throw a big family barbecue this afternoon because we have family that has come into town from a long distance away. And so here I am getting ready to prep it. Now here's the thing. I didn't know I was going to be doing this, and I have a million things planned today. We had school, we have some homeschool activities, I've got a work meeting, lots of different things going on today, and so I need to prep this barbecue as quick as possible. Just get it done and get it over with and have it ready in time. And not only that, but we're starting the barbecue at 5 o'clock. So this has to get done quickly. So the first dish that I'm making for this barbecue is going to be my homemade onion garlic burgers. The recipe is actually going to be in my cookbook that's coming out soon. But in the meantime, we're going to throw them together really fast right now. I actually have 5 pounds of ground beef. Like I said, it's a big party. Well, it's a lot of people. So I have 5 pounds of ground beef here. I'm going to start by adding all my ingredients. I prepped these ahead of time so I don't have to crack all the eggs with you. But I've got my 5 eggs, I've got my breadcrumbs, oh boy, this is going to really fill this bowl. I've got my French fried onions, here. Okay, I have, this is soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to pour that on because that's going to boost our flavor very nicely. Also got some onion powder. And my final ingredient is going to be some minced garlic. This is the part where I made sure to wear my gloves while I was doing it because I'll just smell like garlic all day if I mince the garlic without my gloves on. I did have to mince quite a bit of garlic because this recipe does have a lot of garlic in it, and I multiplied my recipe by 5. So I have all my ingredients in my bowl, and we're just gonna start slowly, gently mixing it together by hand. Now, when you're making burgers or when you're making meatballs, any of those things, anything involved with like ground beef, when you're trying to mix it up with ingredients, you don't want to over mix them because your ground beef can get a little funny. It just messes with the texture. So you want to lightly mix it. This is a lot of ground beef. Oh my goodness, a lot of ground beef. Look at all these ingredients. We're gonna slowly get everything mixed in. And then I'm going to shape my patties, and I'm going to put them on this prepared sheet pan. The sheet pan is just covered in some aluminum foil, and then I sprayed it with cooking spray. I use Pam, that's the one I have in my house. But you spray with any cooking spray you have. It just helps keep the patties from sticking because these are going to go into the refrigerator. And I'm going to chill my burgers for at least half an hour before trying to throw them on the grill. Or even just cooking them in the oven, because you don't have to grill these. You could put them just on the sheet pan, straight into the oven at like 400 degrees, 450 if you want to have them done faster. And that'll cook them just as well. It just won't have kind of the barbecue flavor, but you could definitely oven bake them and they'll still taste delicious. But I'm gonna chill them because if I am gonna put them on the grill, I don't want them to fall apart. On a sheet pan, they're not gonna really fall apart. On a grill, it has all those nice slits, and if your burger is not nice and firm, it will fall through those holes. It'll break up. So by chilling it ahead of time, it just helps it stick together better as I throw it onto the grill. So I'm going to get this is almost completely ready, looking nice and mixed, and I have to make a whole bunch of burgers. What do you think? If I have 22 people, I usually make quarter-pound burgers, so I really only have technically enough burger here to do about 20 quarter-pounders. Probably make them just slightly under a quarter-pound, so that we have enough burgers for everybody. But I figured 5 pounds of ground beef is enough for today. Also making some other dishes, which hopefully we'll get to in a little bit. If we don't, then it'll be in my next video and I'll go through those also. But this burger looks about ready. It's all nicely mixed. It's actually pretty firm right now as it is, but like I said, throwing it into that fridge is gonna just make it all better. Gonna make them pretty even by using my big scoop here. Okay, so just gonna scoop out this amount. I think this is a 1/2 cup scoop. Gives me this nice kind of rounded shape, just like that. I'm gonna put it on my sheet pan, and I'm gonna give it a nice press, and there you have it. We have the burgers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna shape all these burgers, like I said, I'm gonna throw it into the refrigerator and let it chill there at least a 1/2 hour, but these are probably gonna chill, for a few hours before I get ready to use them, before I'm ready to cook them. And then we're gonna move on to the next dish once these are all plated and ready. All right, the burgers are all shaped. They're all on my sheet pan. I actually had more than would fit in one layer, so I threw a piece of parchment paper on top of the first layer and added some more burgers on top of that. That way I save room in the refrigerator, and all my burgers will chill. These are gonna chill until I come back later and get ready to cook them either in the oven or outside on the grill, depending on the weather. So right now, these are gonna go head off to the refrigerator. Okay, the burgers are in the fridge, chilling, waiting for their time on the grill. In the meantime, I'm gonna throw together a quick dessert. Really, it's best to make this dessert ahead of time, like yesterday. But like I said, I didn't know yesterday, so I'm throwing it together now. I'm gonna put it in the fridge, and it's gonna be as moist as it can be in those few hours. This is gonna be my Mocha Icebox cake. This recipe can be found in my new cookbook that's coming out soon, Flipping Houses and Pancakes, Kosher Recipes and Kitchen Design Tips by an Amateur Professional. So we're gonna start with this. This is a Rich's Whip base. So I beat some Rich's whipped cream, which is a non-dairy whipped cream. I added in some cocoa powder, some fresh brewed coffee, some water, beat it some more. Oh, and chocolate pudding next. Don't forget chocolate pudding mix, that's important. Beat it with some, beat it up until it's nice and whipped, and it's going to be what really makes this cake shine. So I'm layering first a small layer at the bottom of my pan, of my little Pyrex dish right here. Okay, we're gonna do that. And this is just gonna be a cake that gets layered and layered and layered and then put in the fridge. The other important feature in this is obviously some more brewed coffee. That's what's in my shallow bowl. The shallow bowl makes it easier for me to dip. And my tea biscuits. I am using, let me grab one. I'm using chocolate tea biscuits because they were out of cappuccino. We usually use the cappuccino flavored tea biscuits for this recipe because mocha, I mean, why not cappuccino, right? So all I'm gonna do is I'm really gonna dip these, I'm gonna dip the cookies in to the coffee, make sure that it's wet on both sides. That's important. And I'm gonna layer them all the way across this whipped cream. So I'm gonna make a long layer. Now this is a double recipe. My recipe usually calls for an 8x8 pan, but I have a big crowd coming, so I needed more. So I doubled the recipe, and it only takes about 5 minutes to pull this together once you've got the whipped cream whipped, which is perfect because I have more things I have to go do. I don't have time. I wasn't ready for this. So here I am. So I'm just gonna make, this pan fits about 3 rows across. I'm just layering them, putting them in a row. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna lift it up so you can see what I'm doing. So I just make sure that it's nice and dipped, and those, you see that? They're coming along nicely. I can put another row in, and then we're gonna add more cream, and we're gonna just keep layering it and layering it until it's done. You can make similar recipes with different flavored whipped creams, different types of cookies. I love coffee and I love chocolate. So mocha, what can I say? I love mocha. I can't think of a better flavor than mocha, pretty much. I mean, I love all kinds of flavors and I make all kinds of treats, but mocha, hello, delicious. So it's like my mixer didn't do a perfect job mixing that, so I'm just gonna give it a little extra help. I'm gonna pour a layer of whipped cream back on top. Again, this is the mocha flavored whipped cream. the cookies are going to absorb, the tea biscuits, I guess we'll call them for right now. They're going to absorb both the coffee and some of the liquid from this. You're going to end up with a really nice dessert when you're done. And so easy. And I didn't have to use my oven, which I will be using later, but it's hot outside. I don't have to use my oven. So I'm going to do a bunch more of this. I'm going to keep layering it until I either run out of cream or I run out of space, and I'll show it to you when it's done. Okay, that took about 4 minutes for me to layer all of the tea biscuits into the coffee and then into my cream and then add more cream on top. About 4 minutes. I actually ran out of space before I ran out of the cream and the coffee and the tea biscuits. So my kids are going to enjoy all those things. Well, maybe not the coffee, but they'll enjoy the cream and they'll enjoy the tea biscuits. If I had more time, I would make another one, but I actually am running out of time, which is why I chose to make this recipe. It's super fast, super easy. It's going to go in the fridge, and at the end of the barbecue, I'll bring it out, and it'll slice up nicely because it's going to set in the fridge with all that nice pudding mix in there. It really helps. And the whipped cream. It's going to slice up nicely into squares, and we'll be able to serve it. Look like a layer cake. It will taste delicious, nice and mocha, creamy flavor. And it took me almost no time at all to prepare it, which was perfect for a day like today. So I will show you this when it's done so you can see what it comes out. All right, I'm actually interrupting this video just to explain that yesterday was so chaotic at the end. We had just come running back from one activity, and I was trying to throw all the food together and get the food to my husband to grill, and then I had to go pick something up. It was just so chaotic that I didn't manage to get any videos of the food cooking, actually. So unfortunately, I'm gonna skip you straight to kind of the food as people have been already grabbing it. And just imagine that the food was cooking on the grill. That's all you have to imagine, because that's what it looked like. It looked like burgers on a grill. Okay, now back to the video. Okay, the barbecue's over. My guests have left. I tried to get videos of all the food as it came out of the oven and came out of the refrigerator before it got inhaled by all my guests at the barbecue. I hope that you enjoyed cooking with me in the kitchen today, prepping all the food for my barbecue. If you did enjoy this video, please check out the other videos on my channel. Please go ahead, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications for every time I upload a new video. And if you get a chance, please go check out my website, flippinghouseandpancakes.com, where I have more information on kitchen design, house flipping, cooking, and homeschooling.